Hi, the article that we will be discussing is called Poverty and Pain, Supporting Teachers to Work with Children of Poverty, written by Ms. Delina Sauto and Timothy Lensmeyer. Presented by
Rosa Ruiz,
Cynthia Martinez,
and Forrest Beck.
This article focuses on many ways teachers can become better supported when working with children in poverty. It also encourages educators to reject Payne's old way of thinking in order to become a better teacher to all students. As more conversations about students who live in poverty are arising, we are seeing two things become more common in our schools.
So one of the things we're seeing more is teachers and administrators are awakening to the reality that not all students embody white middle-class values, experiences, and cultural norms. Also, children from poverty are being identified and labeled with grossly overgeneralized deficit-laden characteristics that put them at risk of being viewed as less capable, less cultured, and less worthy as learners. So in order to help teachers develop awareness, it is critical to first challenge the misinformation that is being circulated and being set to course. So in the article, it discusses a new direction on this topic, and it should be taken into effect because it embodies these three key features. So the first feature is an emphasis on children's competency, a focus on the teacher's cultural identity, and a professional development model based on ongoing collaborative work among teachers. So now going into Ruby Payne. So she has been one of the most noted educators to discuss the topic of poverty in the schools. Her material and workshops have been used in many teacher educational programs across the country, and her book, A Framework for Understanding Poverty, has sold over 1 million copies. So the issue with Payne that the article discusses is that many reviewers have noted that her work stereotypes people living in poverty. These children are labeled with many negative characteristics, and it claims that Balmer claims that he found many of her work to be contradicted by mountains and of research and education. Her writing is an example of deficit thinking. So here are some examples of what Ruby Payne describes as behavior related to poverty in children. So she says that they cannot follow directions because little procedural memory is used in poverty. They argue loudly with teacher, make inappropriate vulgar responses, harm other students verbally and physically, cheat or steal because of weak support system, and many other ones. Payne is participating in the war against the poor. So she advertises herself as seeking to help people, but instead she is contributing to the larger effort to persuade society that the poor are undeserving of society's help.
Now it's children's competence that we'll be discussing. Professional development opportunities should allow teachers enough time to work together on substantive and important issues. Teachers should be encouraged to focus on children's competence as cultural and intellectual people. Research shows that a student's culture can be an integral part of a student's successful academic experience. Culturally responsive teaching is a mindset and a way of being in the classroom rather than a list of techniques and strategies. Listening to students with a mind toward recognizing intellect and thoughtfulness can translate into productive classroom interactions. Many teaching strategies can be used within a cognitive learning environment, such as reciprocal teaching and constructing heuristics.
So we're going to be talking about teachers' cultural identity. Educators will need to put themselves under the microscope if they want to rewrite their stereotypical views of poor students. Biased perception, prejudices, stereotypes, and myths must all be explored and acknowledged in order to achieve the highest level of cultural awareness. Becoming teachers of children from poverty. As teachers begin to embrace issues of social class differences among their students and themselves, pedagogical shifts will need to be more than the addition of a few technical strategies. To better engage with children who bring different experiences, cultures, and values and ways of understanding the world into the classroom, teachers need to understand themselves and their own worldviews. Teacher must always be present in the moment with students while listening to them and respecting their ideas.
Thank you.